idols, those pictures that they have in the Catholic Church. You know, what do they call it, Mother Teresa? All them, those are devils. Those aren't saints.
Psalms 148:13. Let them praise the name of the Lord, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel.
So that's confirmation. Even. So that's just further edifying in that sentence. Even the children of Israel. That's telling you who the saints are. The saints are Israelites. Jeremiah 51:19. The portion of Jacob is not like them. For he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. So Israel is the rod of the Lord's inheritance.
Can you hear it, Steve?
Alright? So Israel is the inheritance of the Lord, alright? And that's why the Lord gave us the laws and statutes, which makes us separate. And when we go into that word holy, it means separate. So the Lord made us holy by giving us the laws and statutes, the way of living, alright, which is a higher way of living than you heathens, which proves that the Lord loves the nation of Israel amongst all the other nations. Go ahead.
Psalm 33:12. Blessed is the nation whose power is Yahweh, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance.
Blessed. Can you read that again, Baba?
Blessed is the nation whose God is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Blessed is the nation whose power is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. And who is that? The nation of Israel. Alright? Which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Alright, which 2/3 of our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. So therefore the Lord is our power is going to destroy 2/3 of Israel. Alright, but it says blessed is that nation whose power is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, the creator of all things. Alright, the Lord of hosts. You know, which is we're the chosen people. Right? So
It says the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance.
And the people whom he had chosen for his own inheritance. Alright? Going back into Jeremiah 51, where it says, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. So the Lord chose a nation out of the earth to be better than all the other nations, alright? Better than you heathens. And who is that nation? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. By default, you can look at the spirit. Try the spirit by the spirit.
Yeah, so we belong to the Most High, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai's property. We're Yahweh's inheritance. But here it is, you know what? We're in captivity under the so-called white man. Alright, that's why the Most High, by his mighty right hand, which is Yahweh Shai, is going to deliver us. So, you know, deliver the elect. Okay, and ultimately the whole nation is going to come back. Alright, he's going to deliver us, and we're going to become back his possession again. Alright, through the marriage with the Lamb. And that's why he's getting ready to bring all these plagues upon Egypt. You know, he's bringing plagues now, and he's going to continue to intensify. Right. That's how the Lord's going to redeem his people, just as he did back in ancient Egypt, man. You know?
Yeah, and the Most High gave us clues. He gave us scripture to understand who these people are today. Right, want to get that?
He also gave us prophecy. Who fits the prophecy of the scriptures of Deuteronomy 28? Alright, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, which are the real Israelites. That's the reason why we're at the flow state, which is all prophecy. Alright? The scriptures say that the Lord was going to send his chosen nation, alright, to serve our enemies. And that's exactly what's happening right now. You know, you so-called Jews, which are the really Edomites, the tribe of Amalek, over there in that land, alright? You guys are not the real Israelites because you guys don't fit biblical prophecy.
Well, now the thing is, well, nobody's accepting the Holocaust. I had a so-called Jew from the Simon Wiesenthal Center. He was on RT either yesterday or today, and he said, "Well, look, anti-Semitism is on the rise." And the comment board was totally gassing you so-called Jews. Nobody believed you. You need more people, man. Right. Nobody accepted that. And the guy said, "You know what? It's hard to hide the truth through the internet," which that's spiritual. That was spiritual comment.
Right.
You know?
This is going on to the holy prophecy that those so-called Jews being in the land fulfilled.
Oh, Zechariah 9.
This is Zechariah 9:6.
Right.
And the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
Right, the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Now, Ashdod is a city close to Tel Aviv. Now, who's over there in that land? Is it the so-called Palestinians? Is it the low IQ having so-called Negroes? Because you so-called white people, what do you say? Well, you so-called black people, you never had any civilization because you have low IQ, right? So we're automatically removed from the conversation, right? So who's over there? It's you so-called Jews. You call yourself an Ashkenazi Jew. Some of you call yourself Sephardi. And really, what you are according to the scriptures, you're a bastard.
Right.
Okay, and a bastard is somebody who lacks a father, because the Heavenly Father is not with you. The Heavenly Father is with those people on the side, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're the real Israelites, according to the Bible. And sons of the Most High. And you're the sons of the devil. You're the sons of Satan. All right, which is why you do what you do. And you're trying to demonize us right now. That's the main thing. The cause of everything wrong in the earth now is the so-called black man in America. The so-called Hispanics that are trying to come up here. The so-called Mexicans. All right, who do all the hard grunt work for you. Now you're trying to say that we're the bad guys. But really, you're the bastard of the earth. Right. You're the one who's causing all types of mission. And it's falling on your head. You got a precept.
This is Revelation 2:9.
There you go.
And I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Yeah, he's talking to who? He's talking to the real Jews. And poverty. Who's in the ghettos, man? Who's in the barrios? The people on that side. On that side. Who's on the reservations? All right, what you call in society the so-called minorities. And when people say minorities, they don't even include Asians.
Right.
What they have in their mind is so-called blacks and Hispanics. All right? And it says, but thou art rich. Why? Because we have the gift of faith. It's those of us who will come back to who we are and trust in the correct doctrine. The 100% truth. Go ahead, brother.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
They say they are Jews and are not. But who's been calling himself a Jew all these years? Okay, it's not the so-called Negro. The so-called Negro is just waking up to this. It's you like that. It's you so-called Jewish people, man. So-called Ashkenazi Jews, or whatever you classify yourself as. A Sephardic Jew, an Israeli. Go ahead.
Which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Synagogue of Satan, the chief house of Satan. Because you're the chief house of Edom. And you so-called white people, you're the sons of Satan. How can we say that? Let's just look at your track record. How did you establish America? You slaughtered the so-called American Indians. Right here in California, in the Bay Area in particular, this is the lonely land. What did you do to the so-called lonely? You slaughtered them, and regular so-called white people, they would go and they would scalp the so-called American Indian who was from the tribe of Gad, and they would take it to the provisional government, and they would get money for it, man. And that's how these Californians, what are they, fifth generation Californians? That's how they obtain their wealth. Right. Okay, they would get acres of land off the blood, sweat, and tears of the so-called American Indians. You see? And that's 100% true. These are facts of life, man. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, I'm gonna read it again.
Go ahead.
Zechariah 9:6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashton.
Right, a bastard. Because you have no father, which is why you say, what? There is no God. You're supposed to be the people of the Most High. But then you say, oh, I'm an atheist. Oh, well, those that you got a man, a central figure in the creation of modern Israel, Theodore Herzl. He was a communist, and communists inherently don't believe in the Most High. But wait a second, he's supposed to be a child of the Most High. He don't believe it. He don't even believe in the Most High. And those are the people that founded the modern state of Israel. But nobody talks about that. If we bring that up, what are we? We're anti-Semitic. We're a hate group. We're just simply revealing what you've done. These are facts, and you uphold people like this, man. He's a national hero in the modern state of Israel. See? What is he according to the Bible? He's a bastard. That's right.
And this guy, the owner of Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, the so-called Jew.
Right.
He runs Fox News. Yeah, he's going to war, so supposedly ideologically. With CNN, he's ran by Turner, another so-called Jew. Man.
Right.
They're all crypto Jews. Yeah, that's why you never ever hear him speak against so-called Jews in the land of Israel.
Right.
And all these other groups that are set up, they won't go there.
But that's why they got Blitzer on there. They got all these so-called Jew pundits on there.
Right. Yeah, the whole world is controlled by the so-called Jew, and it's evident. Everywhere you go, or you see them big multi-international companies overseas, it's a so-called Jew running behind it. Okay, the Moabites, the Ammonites, so-called Jew is behind that, all that.
When you go deep into the history, the so-called Jew, he was the main one funding the slave trade.
Right.
He's the main one funding the genocide of the North American Indians. And up until this day, he's the main one running pedophile rings.
Yeah.
Why? Because he runs Hollywood. All the Hollywood freaks. They're all up in these pedophiles. And you're mad at what HOI was saying, since they're instigating, calling those little cultural boy pedophiles. They go to a Catholic school, a Catholic church. Who runs the Catholic church? None but pedophiles, man. Edomites, so-called white people. That's right. Right? You're the one. Oh, but that's instigating. We're bringing out what your Catholic church has done recently to your own people. And they're getting off with it. Wait till how about we bring up what the Catholic Church did establishing the state of California? Huh? How about we bring up that? Is that instigating? You goddamn devils pretty much annihilated the tribes of Gad all throughout the state of California. With what? Claiming to bring Christianity, claiming to bring truth to it. You have the Bible. You told them you brought Caesar, you brought this piece of shit with you. Yeah, we're instigating. And you don't even teach about that history. You think everything's gonna be all good here in the state of California. Everybody's gonna see the whole. And they just had that Kamala Harris thing go down. I don't know if you brothers caught that.
Oh yeah, she was here too. Huh?
Yeah, she was over there in downtown Oakland saying she's running for president. Kamala Harris is the devil the Bible speaks of, right?
Ghetto gagger.
Ghetto gagger, man. She's not even American, all right? You mad about immigrants? She's not even American. Her father's from Jamaica, and her mother's a goddamn East Indian.
Right. They call it coolies.
She's well known for putting the so-called black man in prison.
Right.
That's all she's ever done her whole life. Starting at working in the San Francisco DA.
Oh, and she came up off Willie Brown. She was Willie Brown concubine.
Yep. And that guy's a sicko, man.
Right. And well, that's why he could come to the level of being the mayor of San Francisco. You got to be a sicko.
Right.
You can see it. He got demons on him, man, when he talks. But that woman, Kamala Harris, she's put so many black men behind bars, it's unprecedented. I mean, you guys got to go in cages next, man.
Yep.
Right? The Edomite can't be walking around freely because what do they bring? Wickedness, evil.
Zechariah 9:6. And the best shall do on Eshton. Now I can say, that village next to Tel Aviv, the so-called Jews, they're only predominantly like in Tel Aviv, because if they go to Jerusalem, like there's too many Ishmaelites there and they get popped up.
Exactly.
And then where's the gayest parade in the world? In Tel Aviv.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, because Jerusalem, that's an international city. They try to act like just Palestinians. There's all kinds of people in Jerusalem.
Yep. Diverse.
Very diverse. That's That's one of the ultimate international cities of all time.
It's a metropolis.
Metropolis. Ancient.
They call it a cosmopolitan city.
Yep. And really, it is the capital of the entire world, universe. And that's why everybody wants it. That's why the Waters world, he was all bugging out. So, oh yeah, but you want that land? You damn right we want our land back. The scriptures say we're going to take the kingdom. We're not going to go through the UN. Or we're not going to have the so-called Jew put us back over, give it to us. And he won't give it to us, man. He's a devil.
Establish a state, And
establish a state, create a constitution. We got the scripture.
Get Daniel 7 and 18.
Well, that land has to be cleansed first. All the heathens gonna get nuked up out of there.
Right.
Yeah, great war is going to come upon that land, all right? Like World War III is actually going to be in that land. Okay? Ground zero.
Yeah. One of the regions is really the
region
Gulf
is Jehoshaphat.
Right. It's really the Gulf region. You go in Saudi Arabia, Oman.
Saudi Arabia.
That whole area, that's the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And that's what's in Joel, the 2nd chapter. It clearly outlines it.
And why? Because our land is there.
All right, this is Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
That's right. You so-called white people, you're on your way down, man. You're done ruling. You're mad because you can't rule no more.
Right.
You can't just go around with an angry mob and lynch us. That's what you want to do.
Right.
You want to lynch us specifically.
Right.
The Israelites.
Because we're the only ones standing against your hegemony, We're the only ones really speaking the truth about what's going on. Everybody else, they have fragments of the truth, but they don't have 100% truth. And 100% truth is totally contrary to the so-called white man, because he's 100% lies.
That's right, because the Most High set us up to do this. Tell you so-called white people you're the devil the Bible speaks of, right? You don't get mad because we're calling you turkey necks. What, now you put that in your police report, you try to shut us down? The Lord's about to shutting America down.
Right.
Verse 19. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding
Empire and the revitalized Roman Empire, which this is the revitalized Roman Empire. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell.
Other which came up, and before whom 3 fell. Who's that talking about? It's America. And America had to conquer who? The French, the Spanish, and the British. Okay? Before whom 3 fell. Go ahead.
Even of that horn that had eyes.
And because America comes out of the beast. Out of what country specifically? Britain. And that's in secular history. The Revolutionary War. Which your mother is going to be ashamed. Give me that Jeremiah the 50th chapter. Go ahead, brother.
And a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows.
Whose look was more stout than his fellows. And they actually have a picture of Trump, and he's sitting down, and all the European leaders is looking at him. He got this proud look. Merkel's like looking over at him. Hey, matter of fact, hey, Gad, can you pull that picture up? That picture is like Merkel, she's looking down at Trump, and Trump's looking at him. He got this proud look. Everybody's getting at him. You can tell everybody's cursing him out. But you know what? He still has that look, which is more proud than his fellows, man. Why? Because that's biblical prophecy. America is fulfilling biblical prophecy. And what's going to be the end of America? America's going to get nuked off the face of the earth. Right? Why? Because of what you did to the Israelites, so-called black, Hispanics, Native Americans. All you so-called white people, you're guilty of genocide and slavery of the nation of Israel. Which is why you're going through what you're going through, man. They try to shake it off and laugh. But guess what? You so-called white people, you're guilty. You're the devil. God hates you. The one you know as God hates you, he's going to destroy you, man, off the face of the earth. Come on, brother.
Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that built up a town with blood.
Woe to him that built up a town with blood. How was America built? Off the blood of the so-called American Indians. In particular, in this area, the Bay Area, the Ohlone. And then you got the nerve to name Ohlone College. Oh, we're honoring them. Try to exterminate them. Say it again?
No, but heathen.
Then the heathens go there. Are the Ohlone there? Of course not, man. The Ohlones, a lot of time, they got to go down to reservations in Southern California. Or they got to go to the sticks. See? And what's going to happen as a result of that? You're going to get slaughtered.
They got to go to Humboldt College and live in a car.
Yeah? Live in an RV?
Yeah, live in an RV, be a homeless student.
Or they went to DQ, and what happened? You shut down DQ.
Feds rolled in.
Feds rolled up. Fuck that, and I used to go there, man. Go ahead, brother.
Trump picture.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Woe to him that built up a town with blood, establishes a city by iniquity.
A Taulo Yehudi. And establishes a town by iniquity. America was built off of sin. The scriptures say what? Remove not thy neighbor's landmark. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Wait a second. America was founded by the Illuminati, man. Go ahead, brother.
Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very venom? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord.
Read that again.
For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord.
So the earth is going to be filled with the knowledge and the glory of the Lord, and that's what's happening. That's why it's non-stop on your blood till you drop, man. And Israelites are everywhere. Them Edomite girls, them so-called white women, they walk by. Oh, so these are those guys. They watched CNN, they might have seen this on Fox News last night. You see? Hey, Barakateh Yabashma. Go ahead, brother. Shalom.
For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea.
As the waters cover the sea. Oh, and just like the waters prevailed over the earth during the time of Noah, this flood of righteousness is prevailing over the earth. All right? And what did that flood do? It destroyed the wicked. And that's what's happening right now. This flood of truth, these streams of righteousness is destroying the wicked. Go ahead, brother.
Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him and make.
I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
That putteth thy bottle to him and maketh him drunken also.
Right, which who does that? The so-called white man. Jeremiah 51. Bring that out real quick. Jeremiah 51:7. And this ain't hate. We're showing love. We're telling you people the truth. We're explaining to you why America is going through what America's going through. Why you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, why you going through what you're going through? And why you so-called white people, why you going through what you're going through, man? All right? We're telling you the mysteries. Why? Because the Lord only reveals his secrets, the mysteries to his servants, the prophets, man. So really, you people, you should be thanking us, man. You're over here trying to demonize us, you should be thanking us. And 'cause guess what? Donald Trump, Gavin Newsom, all these people in government, they gonna holler at it. They're gonna be trying to find our phone numbers and all that. So you should get a leg up on that, man. You should get it while it's hot.
Stop looking for the truth, you're looking at it.
Stop looking for the truth, you're looking at the truth. All right? 100%. Go ahead, brother.
That's right.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand, that had made all the earth drunken.
That made all the earth drunken. And what it say in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter? Woe to him that maketh his neighbor drink, that put up the bottom to him. And what's that drink? The wine of the wrath of your fornication, your wicked doctrines, democracy, prosperity doctrine, Caesar abortions, Christianity. You see? And you made all the earth drunken. And then after those nations drink of that wine, what do? You accuse them. Oh, look, they're drunks.
Right. Right.
Oh, look at them. Look at her cheating their woman. Look at their economics, and they can't get it together. Look at their GDP. They adopted your economic system. But it doesn't work for them because they're not Edomites, man. That system of wickedness only works for you. These other nations, they get crumbs. Yet, who really profits off of the system of white supremacy, off of capitalism? It's you so-called white people. So you force it on the earth, and then when they do things that you do, you accuse them, man. Oh, it's all good until they want to do good for their people. Then you say he a terrorist. Then you go and you bomb the hell out of them. And then it's worse off than when you came in there initially, man. The damn devil. Go ahead, brother.
The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Therefore, the nations are mad. And that's why these nations are angry, they're bugged out, and they're ready to kill you so-called white people, man.
Right.
And you walking around, and you looking, look, I'm a victim now. Now, all of a sudden, you're the victim. The so-called white man, according to him, in 2019, he's the biggest victim of racism. The guy actually said that yesterday. Hey, man, I'm the most disadvantaged, oppressed person. I'm a white male felon. Get out of here, man. You going through what you're going through because it's judgment of the Heavenly Father. And if you a poor so-called white person, guess what? You are the ultimate loser. Okay, you just stole all the world's resources. You didn't rape, rob, murder, and now you broke. Guess what, man? That means you're a loser. You a bum. You weren't supposed to have it in the first place, man.
Right.
Which is true. And all the riches, the remaining riches that you do have, the only reason you got is to get us. Give me that in Job 27. And the majority of you so-called black men, you're gonna die in America, man. Why? Because you don't stand for nothing. Because you're a bunch of damn cowards. All right? The majority of you so-called black men, Hispanic men, and Native American men, you're nothing but a bunch of cowards. That's why the so-called white man treats you how he treats you, man. Because you don't stand up for the truth, man. Job 27. Read it out.
Job 27,
16.
This is Job 27:16. Though he heap up silver as the dust.
Though we heap up silver as the dust, and there's actually documentaries that show you that document, because that's what documentary go back to, documentation. It shows you how the so-called white man is hoarding up gold and silver. And he flaunts that too, man. Because he thinks, well, look, you try to come up in here, I got my gun. Hey, but we was watching that Kodak Black video, Tunnel Vision. What happened? He rode up on Jake. What happened? His gun jam, man.
Gun jam.
That was a spiritual video, man. We just rewatched it. That was a very spiritual video. Go ahead, brother.
And prepare raiment as clay. He may prepare it, but the just shall put it on.
But the just shall put it on. Who are the just? The elect of the nation of Israel. You see? So all these riches that you so-called white people got, and in particular you elites, because you everyday Joe six-pack, so-called white people, you like to watch baseball and eat hot dogs, beat your wife, molest children. You guys, man, you ain't got no riches. That so-called white privilege, which you so-called white people have enjoyed since you came to America and slaughtered our brothers and so-called American Indians, that's dissipated, man. This is really talking about the elites. And guess what? The elites watch the videos. The elites know that we got 100% truth. Okay? Stop looking for the truth. You're looking at the truth. All right?
I got a precept.
Of course, brother.
Yeah, this is Job 20 and 15.
Fairies, man.
He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
Right, he has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. That's talking about who? The so-called white man, in particular the so-called Jew. Because the so-called Jew is the one who's really controlling everything. He puts up Warren Buffett and all these different financiers as the face of wealth, but really, he's behind him the whole time. Oh, like people like to talk about Cecil Rhodes. Like you have something called a Rhodes Scholarship. And what did he do? He set up diamond mines in Southern Africa. Who financed him though? A Rothschild. So people look at him like, oh man, Cecil Rhodes, man, that guy got all that money.
Right.
Nah, the guy who gave him the loan, he got the money.
Right.
Because he has to pay that loan back with what? Interest. You see? That's how you make money in the society. All right, you have money and you loan it out with interest. Which is why Americans are in so much debt. Oh, that's why they say Americans in how much debt? 22 trillion. And that's according to, that's in the scriptures, man. All this is in the scriptures, all in the Bible. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry. Go
let's finish this. Yep. It says, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. I'm going to jump down to 18.
Yeah.
That which he labored for shall he restore.
That which he labored for. What's he been laboring for? The New World Order. And to tell you that when he's about to fill his belly, well, he's probably going to go into it. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna just
it says, and shall not swallow it down.
Go ahead.
According to his substance shall the restitution be.
Right, restitution. What are our people always talking about? Reparations. The Heavenly Father's going to give us reparations. How's it? And reparations goes back to what? Repair. You have to repair because what? You've broken down the nation of Israel, so now you have to repair it. And you don't want to do that, but guess what? The Most High is going to force you to repair what's been done. And what's going to be the reparations? You going into slavery, man. And you working for free for 1,000 years before you're ultimately exterminated. Go ahead, brother.
Yep.
And don't talk to us about, okay, well, black people sold other black people. You're always trying to get out of it, man. You did it, man. You did it. You did the crime, now you got to do the time, man. Stop trying to wiggle out of it, man.
And he shall not rejoice therein.
Go ahead. Oh, then the so-called white man, he's not rejoicing, man, because he knows that what? His kingdom is going down. He got to pay. Hey, because Lamentations, the 4th chapter, the 21st verse, that prophecy was fulfilled for the most part amongst the so-called white people, man. You ain't really rejoicing no more. It's a beautiful day, man. Who rejoicing out here? The men of the Lord is rejoicing, man. These so-called white people, they ain't rejoicing unless they're on all types of drugs. Okay?
Yep. It says, because he has oppressed and forsaken the poor.
Because he has oppressed and forsaken the poor. Now, who are the poor? It's the Israelites. Do you have poor so-called white people? Yes, you do. But guess what? That's their fault, man. You didn't take advantage of your privileges, man. And your beef is not with us. It's with the Rothschilds. You see? Go ahead, brother.
Because he has violently taken away a house which he buildeth not.
Violently taken away a house which he buildeth not. How did the so-called white man establish America? He violently took it away from the so-called American Indians, which is the tribe of Gad in the nation of Israel. That's an undeniable fact. You learn that in secular history. You learn that in elementary school. Oh, and they also teach you what? That you put the so-called American Indians in slavery. You see?
Surely.
So who's the real thug, man? Who's the real thug of the earth? Who's the real face of criminality? Who hopping out and shooting people?
Right. Yeah.
Who the real drug dealer, man? So-called white man. And guess what? As much as you try to paint us as the picture of criminality, it's not working no more, man. Because you're doing too much. Like in Florida, he just went indiscriminately killing so-called white women. Look, don't talk to us about black on white crime. You need to be marching about white on white crime. You need to get your own community together. That's what you tell the so-called black man, right? All right, the so-called black man protests his brother getting smoked by the police. What do you so-called white people say on the comment board? Well, you know what? You need to go to Chicago and protest. Well, wait a second. Why don't you go to Florida and protest? Instead of you trying to blame the Hebrew Israelites, which is no such thing as black Hebrew Israelites or Hebrew Israelites from different tribes, instead of blaming us, why don't you go and talk about these so-called white people who are on rampages, man? Indiscriminately killing other so-called white people. Stop the so-called white on white crime. How about that? But you're not going to do that. Because your whole motivation is to destroy the nation of Israel. But guess what? You can't stop Israel. It's impossible. All right? It's impossible to stop us. You lynched us, castrated us, burned us, put us in the ghetto. Try to ship us out of America. Under the administration of James Monroe. You try to ship us to Haiti, South America. You try to get us out of America after you had exploited the hell out of us. Oh, and then what you say? If you don't like it, leave. Well, how about you leave, man? You brought us here to do what? To serve slavery. But guess what? You gonna be the new slave. Go ahead, brother.
Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired.
Right.
There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Yeah, that's right. Because you're gonna be totally destroyed, man. Go ahead. Ain't nothing but a perverse spirit, man. You so-called white people. Nothing but the devil the Bible speaks of. Go ahead, brother.
In the fullness of his sufficiency.
There you go. In the fullness of his sufficiency, which is talking about what? The New World Order. In the fullness, because you think that you got it on lock. And really, we're in the midst of the New World Order. What are traits of the New World Order? Transhumanism, all-out confusion, enslaving the world through IMF loans, the World Bank, and who's doing that? All right, is the so-called Negro in America, is he giving people 50% interest loans? Is he doing that? No, it's check cashing all in the hood, man. The so-called black man is a victim of it. Is it the so-called Native American? Is it the so-called Latino? No, it's you so-called white people, man. You're the damn problem, man.
That's right.
You thugs. Go ahead, brother.
It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
He shall be in straits, which is what? A position of difficulty. Which is why what? Everybody's rising up against you, man. Because everybody is discovering who you really are. You're not an American. You're not French. You're not Dutch. You're the devil the Bible speaks of. You're a child of Satan. Okay, you're the Edomite that the Bible speaks of. Go ahead, brother.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
In that word there is amal, which means labor, which is why all around the world people are uprising against the so-called white man and his economic system. In particular, his economic system, his political system. They're burning American flags, burning NATO flags, burning EU flags, even other so-called white people, man. Why? Because they're subjected to hardcore labor. You're not supposed to be working like that. You're working 12 hours. And then you got to Uber. Then you got to babysit. Oh, and then what did they tell the people when they were on furlough? Get creative. Sell toys. Walk some dogs.
That's pure hell.
It's cold, bro. Have a garage sale. But people get mad at us. People get mad at us. You people out your mind, man. That's why the Lord, He's gonna destroy most of you people, man.
Right.
Because you ain't right in the spirit, man. You don't know what the hell's going on. And your emotions are dictated by what the so-called Jew moves you. However the so-called white man, the so-called Jew in particular moves you, that's the spirit you're gonna be in, man. You have no mind of your own. You have no critical thinking skills. Okay, you don't examine facts. You just follow blindly the so-called white man, who's done nothing but destroy you, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it says, when he is about to fill his belly.
When he's about to fill his belly, go ahead.
The Most High shall cast fury of his wrath upon him.
That's what's happening to you so-called white people. The Most High is bringing judgment on you, man. You thought, all right, man, I finally got the world on lock. All right, I'm gonna have a chip in everybody so I can predict when they're about to rise up against me. When they're about to rebel.
Right.
That's really why he wants that chip, because he wants you to be totally in his spirit. He don't want you to be in the spirit of righteousness. He wants you to be a wicked demon, man, so he can destroy you. Because in the Georgia Guidestones, they stated they want to reduce the population to 500 million.
Right.
They want to have a few elites and the rest of you people just as slaves.
Right. They got the robots. That's why they're so heavy into that transhumanism.
That's why they're so heavy into robotics. Go to Frisco. You got cafes. There ain't no people working there. There's just robots there. Right now in San Francisco. Oh, you want to create what? Smart cities?
Right.
Oh, your boy Trump, he wants a smart wall. What does that even mean? You don't know. Yeah, man, smart cities. That sounds good. Bunch of dummies, man. Bunch of damn dummies. But you'll come up and try to talk to us about something. You don't know nothing, man. Go ahead, brother.
And shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
While he is eating. While you think, all right, I really got this thing locked up. You doing a victory dance? You think you're on a victory lap? Guess what, man? The Lord gonna destroy your ass, man. Wadi al-Bashim al-Shah.
Wadi al-Bashim al-Shah.
All right? Because you thought you was gonna get away, man, you so-called Jews. But you're just the head of the rest of these so-called white people. You're not a Jew, all right? You're an Amalekite. You're a devil.
Yep, it says, he shall flee from the iron weapon,
Go ahead.
and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Hey, boy, get brothers on sign. Get two brothers get on sign, sir. Get Todd to get on sign. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. It says, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Go ahead.
It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall.
What's that talking about, man? It's talking about the missile coming out of the silo. Okay? And if it's not talking about that, how about you break it down? Oh, and you so-called white people on Fox News, you was on the comment board, you're totally done, man. You throwing in the towel, you don't know what the hell's hitting you. I post the scriptures, I say, hey, can you break this down? He told me it wasn't in there. He straight up said that's not in the Bible. Oh, and then he was so proud, he said, nice try, but I'm educated. I love it. I love Exodus 20 and 2 and Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And he said it wasn't in there. So you so-called white people, man, there ain't nothing left for you but destruction. And what has to happen before you get destroyed? You have to be told you're going to get destroyed, man.
Right.
The Lord give you a heads up.
Terrors are upon him.
Oh, terrors are upon him. Right, and what's really terrorizing you? The word of the Heavenly Father. Give me Hebrews 4 and 12. This word is cutting your ass. It's cutting you to the core.
Well, Revelation 12, great fear fell upon him.
Great fear is upon you so-called white people, man. You walk by, you just put your head down, you act like you didn't see us, you know? You might try to wave, you think that you're a woke white boy, you listen to G-Eazy, you know? Well, she an Edomite, man. G-Eazy going into slavery, man. You trying to rip the town from Oakland. You're an Edomite. You're an Edomite that's culture, that's participating in cultural appropriation.
Right, he's stealing Jake's intellectual property.
There you go. Oh, and you so-called white people, that's all you do. I can't even say nothing around you. Hey, man, it's good. Hey, I like that. Now he's making money off of it. He got that on the shirt, man. That's what you so-called white people do, man.
Yeah, it says, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places.
Go ahead.
A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle.
Right, a fire not blown. Talking about these missiles, man. Go ahead, brother.
It says, the heaven shall reveal his iniquity.
The heaven shall reveal his iniquity. That links up with what? Psalm 19:1. Okay? Hey, the Most High is revealing you so-called white people's iniquity. You like to walk around like you're so regal, like you're so innocent. You're nothing but a thug, man. You so-called white people, you're nothing but a bunch of thugs.
Right.
Criminals. Thieves. Scumbags. Go ahead, brother.
And the earth shall rise up against him.
And the earth shall rise up against him. The earth is rising up against you so-called white people, man.
Right.
And you can't take it. You actually have done the things which we're telling you according to the scriptures are going to be done to you. We're just telling you when you bugging out. Oh, you guys are racist. You actually did it, though. You actually did it. You actually were lynching so-called black men. You were actually lynching so-called black women. You were actually castrating so-called black men.
Right.
Burning so-called black men.
Experimenting on them.
Experimenting on them. Like Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood was what? Eugenicism. The history of you so-called white people was what? Being a murderer, a thief, a robber. A damn devil, man. And now that it's being brought to your attention, it's being brought before you, and a lot of times we'll go into your own history book. But because we do that, what are we now, according to you? We're racist. We're hate. You guys are preaching hate. Well, what the hell were you doing? What the hell were you doing? If we're preaching hate because we're bringing out what you did, what were you doing, man? What do you classify that as?
Right. We're preaching hate, but you guys did the hate.
But you did the hate.
You documented your own hate.
Yeah, right. And we're preaching love, really.
Right.
We're preaching love. We're telling you the truth.
Yep. Truth hurts.
Truth hurts. You want the truth, but you can't
handle the truth.
Because the truth hurts. And stop looking for the truth. You're looking at the truth. 100% truth.
That's right.
Why? Because it's in us, not on us. And you against us, why? Because it's in us. All right? Let's go, brother.
Because you hate us because you ain't us.
And you hate us because you ain't us. All right?
This is Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of Yahweh Bashim Hashai is quick and powerful.
Quick and powerful, man. And you see that. Now Esau's through. Why? Because he came across the video. Because his word is quick and powerful when it's cutting you so-called white people. Let me know who you really are, man. You're not a Jew. You're not French. You're an Edomite.
Right.
The devil the Bible speaks of. Go ahead, brother.
And sharper than any two-edged sword.
Oh, and sharper than any two-edged sword. We ain't out here with guns marching. We ain't on no Black Panther tip. Because what happened to the Black Panthers? COINTELPRO destroyed the Black Panthers. The so-called white man destroyed the Black Panthers. Am I lying? Is that a fallacy? Is that something I just came up with? Am I hating? Am I saying that? No, those are 100% facts. Go ahead, brother.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
And that pierces you, man. That pierces you. That really messes you up. That what? You tried to exterminate us, but we're still here. And we're stronger than ever, man. We don't die, we multiply. All right? Go ahead, brother.
discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
And is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart. All right, because when this word comes out, it shows what type of person you are, the real character of a person. They can say, well, look, I love everybody, I'm peaceful on this and that. You have so-called peaceful people that come up and try to fight us when this word come out. Because we tell you that you got to pay for what you did to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You want to fight us, you want to go back to their old spirit. Or when you came to California and you were slaughtering the so-called American Indians to establish this land. When you were scalping so-called American Indians to establish this land. You can try to laugh it off, but guess what? The joke's really on you. All right? Laugh now, die later. Matter of fact, give me that Luke 6. Hey, you people, man, he couldn't even keep it up, man. He was slumped over.
Yeah.
Fat,
he exhausted.
He exhausted. He's juiced out, man. Bro, we got all gas right here, man. All gas. We gassed up.
We only get stronger.
We only get stronger, man. Through the spirit of power, Yahweh,
Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakwadash.
Right, that's the power source.
Right.
All right, that's how we feel. We wake up on fire, man.
Yep.
We wake up on fire. We wake up 7 in the morning, 7:15. We went to sleep at 4. We wake up watching videos, man. Talking about, I can't wait till we go out today, man. That's the spirit we in, man. All right, that's the spirit all you brothers supposed to be in. You're supposed to be in the spirit of Yahushua. What was he about, man? What's the spirit? What was Yahushua about kicking it with his mama? Oh, I gotta go kick it with my cousins. Oh, you know what? I gotta take my kids to the park. The Lord was not in that spirit. Adawan was not in that spirit. Using the spirit of what? Building up his kingdom. That's what you're supposed to be in the spirit of. The spirit of doing the Father's business, man.
I got that precept real quick.
Come on.
This is Luke 2, and I start at 46.
Hey,
and
come on, get top, actually, get on camera.
Luke 2 and 46.
Hold on, brother.
Come
in here and read.
on.
This is Luke 2 and 46, and it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in a temple, sitting in the midst of doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answer. And when they saw him, they were amazed, and his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, how is it that he sought me? But you kind of snapped at him, right? When you read this is his mother. Go ahead, watch this guy. Keep eyes out. Go ahead. How is it that he sought me? Wish he not that I must be about my father's business? Right, wish he not that I should be about my father's business? That's what we're about, man. We're in the same spirit. Luke 19 and 13. Oh, and then get Romans 12 chapter. Romans 12, start at 10. This is so-called white people, the devil, man. God hates you going into slavery, man. Bottom line. Nothing you can do about it. Keep putting this up on news. And that's the worst video you're gonna put up. That's the worst video you're gonna put up with us. Hey, because that video already went viral. A lot of people recognize that video. And a lot of people on the comment were saying, hey, you know what? That lady actually assaulted them with the camera. And guess what? In case you didn't see it, brothers and sisters, and it shows what? That we're innocent. You so-called white people, you're the real aggressors, man. You're the ones who are hating them. She came up to us, aggravating us, assaulting us, and we defended ourselves. You know, the Lord's going to continue to justify sin and defend us. And it's Luke 19 and 13, and he called his 10 servants. Oh, you messed up immediately. So the next day, you already knew, man. He saw coming on and talking about how can we compromise. And what I didn't compromise with you, man. What you mean compromise, man? We the winners. I'm better than you, man. I don't even make no deal with you. Right? My Lord is with me, man. My Lord is with all these brothers, man. All the sincere brothers. And delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. Occupy till I come. Now look at the word occupy. You so-called white people, you're the devil, the Bible says. You're Edomites. Edomites, get it to your thick skull. You so-called white people, you're not American. Oh, you're not part Cherokee. You're Edomites. You're the devil. That's why when you came to California, how did you establish it? You were scalping so-called American Indians. That's what you did, man. That's how you so-called white people established California. Raping, robbing, and murdering. Bring it out.
For that word occupied.
So-called Jews. Amalekites. Kuzarim. Khazars.
Mamzer.
Go ahead, brother.
It says to be occupied in anything, to carry on a business.
To carry on the business. Whose business? The Father's business. Who did the Father give the business to? His Son. Who did the Son give it to? You're looking at it. Stop looking for the truth. You're looking at the truth.
Okay.
You're looking at it. You're 100% truth. You're looking at the employees of Yahweh Shai. We carry on the family tradition. And guess what? You so-called white people, you can't foreclose or you can't destroy this business. You can't hit us with liens. All right, foreclose on the property, man. It's impossible. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you can't bring us in front of the business commission.
Yeah, Better Business Bureau.
Better Business Bureau.
You gotta shut these guys down. You can't shut nothing down, man.
You can't tax the Lord's business, man.
Exactly.
It says to carry on the business of a banker or a trader.
Right.
Yeah, because our treasures are up in heaven, man. Right. Our treasures are stored up in the heavens. You can't come and seize our treasures. Right? The only way you can do that. The only way you can do that is by trying to put us to death, man. You did that during the time of Yahweh Shai. What happened? The faith increased. Right? Lord chose it increased. More and more Israelites woke up. And opened to the world. The largest so-called religion on the planet Earth, so-called Christianity. Why? Going all the way back to the days of our forefathers. Right? Starting with the apostles, the disciples, the apostles, and on down, man. They brought out the word of Yahweh. Go ahead.
Matthew 10:28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
Yeah,
But rather,
that kill the body, we're able to kill the soul. Yeah, the so-called white man, he can't take your spirit. Here it is, he actually wants to take your spirit, put it in a hard drive, man. He wants to make your spirit into a computer program. You can't do that. Right? The Most High is going to destroy you before you get close to that. Right? Go on.
but rather fear him.
Read it again.
Matthew 10:28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
That's right, because you devils, that's how you establish America, by killing everything. That's how you keep your empire running. You kill everything. You kill everything. Right? Well, what are you doing in the Middle East right now? You're bombing people. What are you doing in Venezuela? You're funding right? What's happening in France? People are dying out there. Rioting.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
And that's the Most High, right? We fear the Most High because ultimately he's the one who takes you out, all right? He takes your body and he can actually just get rid of your soul if you felt like that. He can wipe your seed from off the planet, man. And that's what's going to happen to you so-called white people, right? He's actually going to have you in hardcore slavery under us, the Israelites, and then exterminate you in 1,000 years. That's right. There's not going to be purpose for Edomites in the kingdom of heaven, man. You're serving your purpose right now here in America, right? To be the devil, okay, to lie, to cheat, to steal, okay, to corrupt, to pollute.
Proverbs 16:4.
All right, and that's what the Most High created you to do for this World War III, for this great coming destruction. You get that, Proverbs?
Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself.
Yeah, everything was created for Yahweh Shemel Shai, all right? Even America, right? As a prison for the Israelites. Keep going.
Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Even the so-called white man, right? The wicked for the day of evil. And you so-called white people are the wicked. The Bible speaks of.
That's right.
The so-called Jew took that left turn, man. Took that left turn. I was ready to let him know. That is the guy. Thumbs up for Esau. Read that again.
Proverbs 16:4.
Hashem Yahushua knows what you devils did, right? And he's bringing it out through who? His prophet. Let's get on that.
I got days of Noah.
Bring it.
This is Luke 17 and 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man.
And that's what happened in the days of Noah. Everybody was partying, being demonic, to the point where the Most High had to bring the flood to wipe them out. What did the flood do? Kill them, man. Oh, I thought God loved everybody, though. Why would the Most High flood the whole earth? Get rid of the wicked people, man. And he's going to do that here in America, but not with water, not with global warming, he's going to do it with thermonuclear missiles. All right? And all you so-called white people, you're not going to escape with thermonuclear fire. Read it again.
So it's Luke 17 and 26. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day of Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
That's what happened during the day of our Lord, because when the Lord was on the scene, he was telling them about the destruction of Jerusalem, what was going to happen to them. They didn't care. They didn't want to get right. It wasn't meant for them to get right. So what ended up happening? The Romans rolled on the Israelites, right? They rolled on them and got rid of our nation. And then our people did what? They were scattered. Okay? Throughout where? The four corners of the earth. All throughout Europe, Asia Minor, North Africa, West Africa, other parts of the Middle East. Alright? Other parts of the Middle East. Even parts as far as the Pacific Islands and Asia. That far east.
Verse 28.
Because you know Israelites, we created everything. You know, we established the Silk Road, alright? We established the trade routes with the East, with the other nations. Okay? Why? Because we're the greatest nation to ever exist. And the so-called white man, he doesn't want you to believe that. He wants you to believe that you came from fucking monkeys, man. You were building mud huts. You were dancing up around, patting your mouth, making the rain dance for rain to fall. White man's the devil, the Bible speaks of, man. And what were you doing, man? You were the king, and then you came out the cave, you were wearing shit suits. You would dye your garments with human shit to get a nice brown texture to it. That's what these so-called white people did. You had diseases, you had teeth, you were uncleansed, the Borgias. They had all kinds of STDs, man. Caesar Borgia, he died of syphilis. Oh, what happened to my man Napoleon? He died of all kinds of diseases.
Alexander the Creep.
Alexander the Creep.
See, why? Because you so-called white people, you're a bunch of homosexuals.
Yep.
You're lesbians.
You're homosexuals, you're beast, you're zoophiliacs. All right?
Trisexuals.
Yeah.
Pansexuals.
Pansexuals, yeah.
You do anything and anything, man. Anything with an orifice, and that's why the Most High is gonna destroy you, man.
At any time.
And that's your history, okay? They called it Montezuma's revenge. Was it gonorrhea or syphilis? One of them.
Yeah.
That's because of you devils, man.
Yep.
The Most High had a revenge, man. You devils actually got everything clean cut, man. You're getting judged the whole way around. Hey, when you devils came west, what happened to you? We always bring up the story about the Donner Pass. Donner parties.
Eating yourselves.
You had to eat each other because you were stupid ass Edomites, man. Hey, you shouldn't go that route over the winter. Well, what? You were greedy. You wanted to make more money. You wanted to get there in time.
Yeah.
You ended up having to eat each other, man.
You want to kill more Indians.
When did the Indians ever have to eat each other? And then you always try to say, oh, there's cannibalism. There was no such thing as cannibalism when you came here, man. Why? Because there was nothing but food everywhere. The rivers were full of salmon, and there was bears, grizzly bears. Were the grizzly bears attacking the North American Indians? No, they're attacking you so-called white people, man.
You're right.
No, because you don't belong here. This ain't your land. So what'd you do? You exterminated them.
Right.
Oh, now, but we're pushing the hate. You put that bear on the flag, but you exterminated the bear, man.
Oh, and then you chop down the redwoods, but now you want to clone them.
Yep.
Because you made a mistake over 120 years ago. Oh, my bad. Everybody's just supposed to ride with you and follow your ass.
No other culture, no other people on the planet Earth seen an old ancient growth tree and wanted to cut it. Until you so-called white people came in the scene, man. Only the so-called white man saw an old ancient, old growth tree, old as time itself, and he wants to cut it down, man. Because he's the devil, man. He's against the
verse 28.
We're hateful, man. We're just as a white man, the Covington Catholic boys, they're victims.
Yeah, they're the victims. Oh, and then his mom sent out a tweet and said, "I wish we would have sent out more smallpox blankets." That's what she said.
The mother said.
That's what her mother said.
And you Edomites.
His mother said.
You go to the Redskins game. You go to the India. You go to the Atlanta Braves game. You do all that hooping and hollering. That's straight racism, man.
Yep. Mockery.
We're honoring them, but here it is. You got a football team called the Redskins. But we're hateful, man.
Right.
That's $1 billion cash cow.
Yeah, are they supporting the Native Americans? All that money that they making off of them? No.
Now they're supporting a few corrupt piece of shit Indians, all right? That sold out to 2/3. That sold it to the so-called white men.
Yep.
As our people have done over centuries. Man.
Yep.
Okay.
Lost integrity. All right, it got too hot, and our people wanted to make some compromises, which is what the so-called white man is saying. He actually said that on the comment board. He said, "Come on, man, let's compromise." There ain't no compromising. You don't make deals with the devil. Let's go into the history. Look what happened when Gad made deals with the so-called white man. You don't even see a lot of Gadites no more. Why? Because the so-called white man pushed them on a reservation. Because he broke 430 treaties with the so-called American Indians. That's what the so-called white man did. Facts. 100%.
Sir.
And then they'd steal the land, and then they don't want to build housing. And then now the prices are up, and only so-called white people and these heathens can afford it, man.
Right.
Yeah, who was living here 10, 15 years ago, man?
Artificial scarcity.
Artificial scarcity. We're full of hate.
Yeah. Yeah, you paying $3,000. You complaining about how you got to work all this money, but we're full of hate, man. We're telling you why this is happening, but we're full of hate.
The devil's got some nerve, man.
Unbelievable.
Wait till the hate manifests itself, right? Read this real quick.
Ecclesiastes 7:7.
You want to?
Truly oppression maketh the wise man mad.
Truly an oppression making the wise man mad. And you know what? They look at us like we're actually stricken with madness, but that's because we're oppressed, man. We can't go out and do what the Most High wants us to do according by the book, man. Why? Because we get put in jail if we execute the laws of the Heavenly Father.
Pretty much being an Israelite is illegal in this society. Everything that Jake liked doing, Esau outlaws it. Jake liked kicking it outside, drinking, turning up, barbecuing. Oh, well, right here at Lake Merritt. She tried to call the cops on Jake. Which, brothers, we're where that incident went down. Barbecue Becky. This is where we're at. It was right over there. She tried to call the cops, and all they was doing was chilling, trying to turn up and barbecue, man. But the so-called white woman tried to find fault in that, man. Try to say, oh, it's illegal.
Yeah, you need a permit. Did the white man need a permit when he came to America? Where did he get his permit, man? That's the established California. You went and you just murdered everybody.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
Couldn't put down your sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're emo and you're depressed. What the hell are you so depressed for, man? This is your society. But really what you're depressed for is because you can't kill Jacob no more. You can't kill us no more. You can't murder us.
Cold blood.
Right, cold blood.
Right, the spirit is overtaking Esau.
That's right.
The spirit of Jacob, you know?
Spirit of Jacob. And we ain't doing nothing violent. Jake's just existing.
Yeah. We just have the truth. That's it.
That's it. 100%.
100%. We just got the 100% truth, and that's it. We gotta share it. It's on us. It's in us.
That is not on me. Stop looking for the truth. Looking at the truth.
Looking at the truth.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. Truly oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroys the heart.
Yeah,
Sorry.
if you're oppressed and they give you a gift, you're not gonna think you're oppressed anymore, man. You're gonna be like, oh, you know everything's okay. Because the white man gave you a gift. That destroys your mind, man. Oh yeah, you know what? Here it is. You're 6'9". You're gonna get a professional contract. That's gonna destroy your heart, man. You ain't gonna think about the Lord anymore. You're gonna think about God, the check. You're gonna think about the money, man. What I gotta do to make more money. You gotta be a demon. You gotta work for the so-called white man.
And a lot of those clauses that Esau give you money, the clause is that you can't help out your people. You can't go back to the hood, so to speak. You can't speak out about injustices.
Yeah.
So really, it's just a cold stone sell-off the cash.
You can only put this percentage into charity,
Right.
And then the charities you can put your percentages into has to be Edomite-owned charities that are sponsors of the league that you're in.
And you can't talk about the so-called Jews.
Oh, that's the last guy you want to talk about.
Yeah, see, exactly. So you really, your voice, you have no voice when you sell it to the so-called white man. Yeah, he gives you Federal Reserve notes, but he closes your mouth. You can't speak.
And so LeBron, he knows he's an Israelite. When he says, I'll get money like they do, he's 21, everybody knows they're Israelite. They're saying that because it's in their spirit to be a Jew. And we're royalty, man. We're supposed to have the gold and chains. The so-called Jew, he's all like this and shit. Scriptures talk about usury because our people are grimy when it comes to the bands, man. The so-called Jew, everyone thinks he's grimy with the bands, but he is. All right? But who started it all, man? The so-called Jew, he came out of the bum, man. He was from the cave. He's a Caucasoid. He's from the Caucasus Mountains, man. We were royalty. All right? We've always had a royal spirit on us. Right? That's why we had a priesthood. We always had the ephod. We were always dressed elegantly. Right. They were clean. When you look at the so-called white man, there was never that. When they're kings in like the movie The 16, they said that guy never took a bath. They said he never took a bath, and what he would do would just soak his body in cologne. Sicko, man. And they said that you could go into the king's court and it smelled like shit. Because ain't nobody took baths, man. That's the so-called white man's history. You can read it, you can look it up. And when the white man came to our land, what did he say? Oh man, look at these people, they're clean. Look at their skin, look at their teeth. They're all physically fit.
Well, look at Esau now. Look, when he gets old, especially when Esau gets older, he just got to go into a late 20s.
Early 20s.
On him. He got a turkey neck.
Yeah.
You know? He got eyes all yellow and shit.
And how does he try to combat that? Drinking young blood.
Yeah.
Sacrificing babies.
Yeah. And that's mainstream now. It's on RT, it's on CNN. And that's a business in the Bay Area, of course, here in the Bay Area, in the peninsula.
Jeremiah 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Yeah, why? We don't do that, man. And the Spirit has it. That video response that the elder brother Yeshua did, it's a cold cut, man. Like the elder brother was saying, that's the worst thing you could have done is to put that clip on. That clip, if you go into it, it shows a victory for Yahweh Shemel Shah. A complete victory.
Shows we're innocent.
Yeah. And then the white man is the devil. And then you listen to what the brother was saying. He let it out. He said, you're being the victim. She's playing the victim, everyone. First, we gave her, we let her say her grievances. Yep. We gave her the floor. And what did she do? She actually chipped out.
Yeah, she chipped out.
She totally chipped out, man. Right? And that's just so-called white people. We were totally fine. But yet, because we use harsh language, we look just the looks of us, man. We look like hard men. That bugs you people out. Keep reading, and we're not gonna refine it. It's gonna come raw, uncut, spiritually.
Yeah.
Okay? The spirit comes out upon us immediately, and it comes out.
Right. What scriptures do say, let your speech be seasoned with salt.
Right, exactly.
Yet it is seasoned in the spirit, you know?
Read that part again.
Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Yeah, we're not going to seek love from the elite, so-called white men. We're not about that. We're not going to try to change the scriptures. Oh, like the guy, Israel guy, on the news clip. Oh, all nations are equal. That's a damn lie. You so-called white people are the base men. You're going to the slavery. Okay? Now, as the rest of you heathens, and we're above all you nations, man. Yes, we are supremacists. Okay? According to the Bible. Keep going.
Therefore, as thou also taught the wicked one thy way.
Yeah, you taught the wicked one thy way. And so-called white man, he needs a council with certain wicked jakes to get on a level, man. A lot of these Edomites, they go to the shaman in the rainforest, and they go and get that left-hand side knowledge, and he takes it to a different level. How do you think he created MDMA, man? How do you think he created all these drugs? He got them from Israel, from our knowledge of the plants. And a lot of people, I think it was psilocybin, the story about Ishkareth woman, and the beetles went down over there, and all these Edomites went down there, and they destroyed the village. She died broke. The whole village hated her because she gave the knowledge to Esau, man.
hast gotten thee riches.
Yeah. Read that last part again.
With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
Yeah, with thy what?
Wisdom and understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
That's right, keep going.
And hast gotten gold and silver in thy treasures. But thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
Yeah, the riches you got that knowledge, you understood that, hey, these Israelites are going down. We gotta enslave them. Because you know what you were doing. You knew the prophecy. That's why you had a thing called manifest destiny. Alright? That's why you went around teaching our people about the Bible, man. You had the book. You conquered America with the book. But now that the Lord has opened the book up for his elect to break it down. Now that he's using the Lord's men to come and break down the book, now you don't want to hear it, man.
Right. You don't believe in the Bible, right?
Yeah, now it's fiction.
Right.
You hear it as you establish America on it. You justify killing billions, trillions of Israelites. But now it's a fairy tale book, man. You devils are something else, man. You're something else.
The case of the scriptures coming out is a fairy tale. You know? Not the men of the Lord are here telling the truth of the Bible.
Yeah, now the Most High is a boogeyman.
It says, therefore thus said the Lord power, because thou hast set thy heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness.
I read that again.
It says, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee.
Yes, strangers are upon you. You Edomites are becoming a minority in all your countries. Okay? And then people from out the world that you conquered are flooding in. Do what? Destroying your economies according to you. And so what they are? Definitely so-called white people.
The terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom.
Yeah, the terrible of thy nation, alright? And they were drawing the swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, which is your warfare. Right? Because your wisdom is all about your warfare. Yeah? Creating what? Weapons of war, instruments of death. And what do they have? They actually have your wisdom and knowledge now. They're just as smart as you. They all the same tip. They got nuclear weapons.
But they about to finesse Esau's. You know, they Esau finesse them, and then they gonna finesse Esau.
That's the whole plan. That's why China, the other nations, they're coming self-sufficient. Right. They don't need America. What for? To be more rich? You Edomites are going down, man. That's why if you go to Detroit, they used to have, what, 48 factories there, man. Now they only have 2. I mean, 148 factories, now they only have 2. And then 2 barely even employ anyone. And more that's happening. All these companies are shutting down. And the next one to shut down is Google, Facebook, all right, all these tech firms, Amazon. They're going to go down next. Then what are you going to do, man? It's going to be the R&D microchip. Keep going.
They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the sea.
That's right. You're going to get Edomites, you're going to get brought back into the pit, man. You're going to get the whole continent, Europe, is going to get hit with missiles, man. Right? America's going to get hit with nuclear missiles. And, you know, they got the little drug system going on here. We got a bunch of freaking Edomites in there, man. A bunch of Edomites, and you got heathens. Yeah, heathens. You got straight heathens over there trying to dance. Wickedness. Babylon, though. But this is Babylon. So who's at the head of it, man? The 2/3, man. You know? That's how they want to do. Our people just want to do this. They're gonna, hey, man, they show you that in the purge. When the purge is going down, Jake still wanted the party. Go all the way back to what we had about Noah, man.
St. Luke 17:28. Likewise, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. For the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven.
Yeah. You see, people are still, in the famine, people are still going to be partying, man.
I get a piece.
Some of you people are still going to try to party. You're going to be so plugged out. It's going to be until the missiles come, man. Because you can see a lot of people's spirits on them. That's the only thing keeping them going, man. The Most High is going to keep a lot
brimstone from heaven.
Yeah, what happened to Sodom, man? Pretty much this. The Most High destroyed it with fire. Fire and brimstone. And what was Sodom known for? Homosexuality. What is America? What is California, the Bay Area known for now, man? It's like a walk around the lake. That's all you're gonna see. Keep going.
Verse 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In the day in which he shall be upon the housetop, and is stuffed in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it.
Yeah. And remember Lot's wife. What did Lot's wife do? She looked back. When it was specifically told not to do it. The Lord, that's the one instruction. And all you gotta do is not look back. You're gonna be saved. But why couldn't she do it, man? She was a woman. She wasn't right. The Most High was only dealing with Lot, okay? And he set it up so that Lot could bring forth these so-called Chinese and Japanese and the rest of you Moabites and Ammonites, okay?
Verse 30 again. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it.
That's right. And then people think, all you guys out there that have been watching the videos, man, for years and haven't done a damn thing, the Most High's gonna put y'all to death, okay? And all you guys watching the videos, waking up right now, it's brand new to you, man. Read that last part again. This is brand new to you. You think, oh, look, these guys lost their lives because they're giving their life up to this. We actually got our life now, man. Read that part. That last part.
Luke 17:33. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it.
Yeah, you want to save your life through America? You think America's going to save you? You're going to lose your life. Okay, keep going.
And whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it.
And we're preserving our lives, man, because we don't want to live in this place anymore, man. In America, pay taxes. Here it is, it's 2019, and you got nothing wickedness all around you, man. People still thinking that Kamala Harris got the best interest of you so-called black people, man. But here it is, people are waking up to it, man.
A lot of Jakes is already on her. They're like, oh, she's made a killing out of enslaving so-called black people. They already know. They're already on her ass.
They're on her ass, man.
Because after Obama, Jake is more cognizant of who they support. Don't support people just because they live so-called black.
And that's her whole thing. She's pandering to Jake. That's why she's in Oakland now. She's trying to claim Oakland as her hometown and all this. She do nothing. And all these guys, they do nothing for the Bay. For any of you people that live here. They're forcing you out. They're making you live in cars. Okay? They're making you work without benefits, minimum wage. And then they're ticketing you for everything you do. Well, a bug out can sleep in the BART station and do meth and heroin all day, man. And while caravanners are up here serving the dope dealers. This is America.
The majority of California is a bunch of transplants. Like a lot of these homeless people are from Texas or Illinois. Right. Like most of them are Army veterans, and they came over here on the fence, and now they're just living there being homeless.
Oh yeah, and then I was remember we used to bring it out. Remember 7, 8 years ago, we used to bring out a lot that Esau used to take his loonies, his bug out, put them in buses, and just drop them off in San Jose, drop them off in Oakland, drop them off downtown LA, San Francisco, and just let them out. And then what do you have? Just a total bug out, man, running around. But that's what's happening throughout all of America, man. And it's not getting better, it's getting worse.
Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, but this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction.
You can smell the pollution from this lake, man, right here. It smells like shit. This fake lake. It's a fake lake. And all it does is breed mosquitoes all summer, right? And the mosquitoes got West Nile. It's gonna kill you people, okay?
Verse 11. If a man walk in the spirit of falsehood, through lies, Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, but this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction.
That's right. They shall destroy you even with sword destruction. Anything you do for America is gonna kill you, man. Right? You wanna go fight for America, and you're gonna die, man. You're gonna die in World War III. You wanna work for the so-called white rebuild, it's going to be like Puerto Rico. We're not going to be able to rebuild infrastructure here. It's already gone. They've been trying to fix parts of the freeway 880 for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. It's going to get fixed, and then the Most High is going to destroy it again.
Malachi, the first chapter.
Burden of the word, Lord, is from my Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Not Esau, Jacob's brother, said the Lord, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
Well, there you go. The Most High hates. It says, read that again for yourself. Because the so-called white man, this new thing is hate speech. Trying to get rid of hate. You're the most hateful man on earth. We're talking about the most hateful group in America. Like we done the atrocities the so-called white man's done, man. Like the insurance companies of today didn't make their money off of slavery. Like the railroad companies of today didn't make money off the genocide of North American Indians. Okay? The banking system. They're gonna steal and destroy people's lives every day, man. While these guys get paid off by the government to crash the economy. But we're the most hateful, man. But this is more proof to show that we have the truth, the 100% truth. Right? And that the 100% truth, it ain't for everybody, man. It's for very few, scarcely be saved men, the elect, 144,000 and 1/3. Going.
It's Malachi 1:2. I have loved you, said the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
Yeah, that's right. Most High loves so-called blacks and Native Americans. And he hates you Edomites, so-called white people. Keep going.
Laid his mountains.
And that's clear. It's clear to see the Most High hates you so-called white people. It's clear. That's why you do what you do. Everything you do is contrary to what he wants. All right? That's why everything you do, you push a doctrine of wickedness. Okay, you go direct, whatever the scriptures say to do, you do the exact opposite. All right, keep going.
Lay his mountains and his heritage waste.
Lay his mountains and his heritage waste. And the Most High is going to do that real soon. Okay, keep going.
For the dragons of the wilderness. As Edom said, we are impoverished, but we return and build desolate places.
That's right, because with the so-called white man, you got chased out of your land and you had to go retreat into the caves. You're such a dirtbag, such a devil, all the nations around you didn't want you around. Because every time you have a so-called white man around, you bring up a wickedness, evil. And that was the mistake our people made during the times of our empires, man. Always having Edomite around, man.
Trust in the so-called white man. That's why the scriptures say, never trust thy enemy, because he's going to supplant and overtake you. He'll wait 100 years to do it too. He's totally okay. You want the elite. Yeah, the elites, they've been wanting this newer order, but they know that they have to do things in a certain time span. You know, they're going to do it in a certain order. And they'll wait until they understand reincarnation. You know?
And they play the long game. Right. Oh, look at the Greeks. Hey, because the Persians, they eventually fell. But that goes like the Agag. Agag's plotting on it. But they didn't fall right then. They fell later. Showing you that devil was always plotting on it, man.
Yep.
Just like he's trying to come against the Israelites in a spirit campaign. He already got all this shit set up where okay, look, we're just gonna release it now. Because he's been working at this thing, okay? And then he's gonna say, okay, now it's time. Alright, so that's how Esau he planned it for the long haul. He's not niggas is like they want quick money, fast money. Esau, he'll wait, he'll give you a loan, and he'll wait 30 years for your mortgage so you can foreclose. Then you can come back in, remit, take the property, go sell it to another son.
Bro, that's over. That's what we're experiencing in Oakland right now. It's all been waiting for Jake to slip up. They sell their house and cough up their house. Now we got a bunch of so-called white people out there.
Or for your grandma to die, or senile.
Yep. Well, the crack age, right? He did that. So
There's a black-owned business that had a barbecue, a wicked barbecue spot out in Berkeley. But you know, the so-called Jew neighbors called the cops on him because there was too much smoke from his barbecue. And then the Jake owner, he started crying. He said, man, we're just trying to make a living, man. Why they do it is they try to destroy our livelihood. Because they hate you, man. But the devil, the Bible speaks of. Okay? That's Esau. That's the spirit. That's the spirit of the so-called wicked. That's a natural Edomite. The Edomite in its natural state, right? To express the wickedness of them on their bodies like that. Okay, keep going.
Thus saith the Lord, they shall build, and I will throw them.
Yep. They shall build, and the Most High will throw down. You're gonna build all these new buildings. The Most High's throwing down. Yeah, they built the Transbay terminal. The Most High's already throwing that down, man.
Oh, Transbay?
Yeah.
It ain't never coming back.
That ain't coming back. They ain't got no money for it. And Trump ain't gonna want to get no. Trump is skint. Okay? He don't want to pay anyone. All right? He even want to feed niggas at the national championship team.
They did fast food.
He gave them niggas cold cheeseburgers, man. Cold French fries. That nigga's a dirtbag, man. And you can see why other the top teams don't want to go see that guy, man. He's an asshole.
They shall call them the border of wickedness.
They shall call them the border of wickedness. Anytime the so-called white man establishes a land, it has what? A border. And that border is the border of wickedness. What do you think they're trying to set up right now? Border security. It's the border of wickedness. Right? And everybody knows it's the border of wickedness. The Issacharites, the Zebulonites, Asherites, and all the Benjamin, all the tribes that come up here through Mexico on that, they call it the La Bestia, man. That's the train that goes all the way up from Guatemala through Mexico.
Caravan is right there. Spirit.
Caravan. Sanctuary City, Sanctuary Citizen. Right? Then it's over here eating carnitas every day, man.
Some churros. Carnitas and churros.
Churros. Drinking horchata. Drinking horchata. Yeah, just getting bloated as shit, man.
Turning up.
Yeah, party till 4 a.m. Singing the same Mexican song, same bass. Both sides of the kill y'all, man. That's another caravan. Oh yeah, that's like the border of wickedness. Right, the border security. Why you need border security? Because you're the border of wickedness, right? And back to them crossing the border, they call that train the La Bestia, which means the beast. Meaning that they know where they're going, man. To the beast, to Satan, to the devil, the border of wickedness. They don't call it, oh, we're taking the Underground Railroad, you know, we're taking the train of freedom. They call it La Bestia, man, the beast. Right? And there's nothing but sick shit out here, probably. You see a lot of androgyny, sexual deviance. Okay, fucking faggot, whatever.
Well, you see, Oakland
Is the lesbian capital of the world. This is Gomorrah. San Francisco, Sodom. Oakland is Gomorrah.
And then the rest of the flag is neighboring cities.
Right, so the rest of the Bay Area.
The rest of the Bay Area.
These are the two principal cities in the Bay. Outside San Jose. But San Jose is like a lot further down.
South Bay, south.
Yeah.
And it's not but it's getting bad. It's getting bad. It's the worst, actually. The whole place, Sodom and Gomorrah, and the 5 neighboring cities. AKA the border of wickedness, Sodom and Egypt, Rome.
They shall call them the border of wickedness. And the people against the Lord of indignation forever.
And the people who the Lord has indignation forever. The Lord hates you, man. He has indignation against you Edomites forever, man. That's why he wants to, that's why he says they exterminate you after 1,000 years of hardcore bondage. There's no way you can get out of it, man. You can demonize us, you can do many hit pieces, you can interview all types of bug outs and ask them questions about them. You're still where? Issachar or Judah. So one of the tribes, he's our best workers, man. He's never a fire, but he's the last hire and the first fire, you know?
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel upon thy people.
They have taken a crafty counsel upon thy people, okay? And that crafty counsel, we see it every day. They're constantly telling us what we are, what we're not, who we are, who we're not. Now, you're not going to tell us anything. Yahweh Shemel Shai is telling our people, okay? Yahweh Shemel Shai is telling our people who they are. It was men, it was prophets, okay? And it's viral now, it's global. And it's spreading, it's a wildfire. Vocab Malone. Is the Hebrew Israelite, are we on the way up or are we on the way down? Vocab Malone, you're a joke. More and more Israelites are waking up every day. And the weak niggas are falling out. It wasn't meant for them, man. It wasn't meant for a weak guy. That's some weird sicko shit. That's just link, man. Okay?
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. They consulted against thy hidden ones.
Yeah, they consulted against thy hidden ones. Keep going.
They have said, come and let us cut them off, being the nation.
And so they sent the elites as the elites of Esau and the other nations, Moab, Ammon, Elah, okay, Amalek, who are the Edomites, alright? Who are Edomites? You all get together and you counsel about how to do what? Read that last part again.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off, being a
They
nation.
want to cut us off from being a nation. Why do they want to cut us off from being a nation? Because we have the inheritance. We have the promise. Right? We have rightful heir and ownership to the earth, the universe. As the children of as the children of Israel, man. The heirs of the seed of the promise of Yahushua.
That the name of Israel might be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel will no longer be in remembrance. They wanted to erase it from our minds who we are in the reincarnation, man. Through the Spirit, we were doing this thousands of years ago, man. The same men that you see today on the highways and hedges teaching the word, they were on the highways and hedges thousands of years ago. That's all you fucking see out here, man. So I hate this thing. You got a bunch of just she-males everywhere, man. And those things that get put to death on the spot.
Verse 5. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Yeah, they consult together in one consent. They are confederate against thee. Right? The so-called Jew, the so-called Arab, the so-called Africans, the Hamites. You were confederate in bringing down the so-called black men in West Africa. All right? You were in total agreement, ghetto gagger. You were in total agreement. You were in total agreement how to take us down. Right? You were in total agreement how to take us down, and you've done nothing to wrong your right. I mean, the right your wrongs. All right, here it is. You have a UN Security Council. You never have to speak. You know, we should give the Israelites back their land. You know, oh, we should give the North American Indians back what they what we stole from them, man. What's rightfully theirs. And all you so-called white people are the devil the Bible speaks of. Right? You can bang on a drum all you want. You're the devil, man. Right? In the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna be banging against the walls of your pit, man. Let me out of here!
This will go to them after many years.
Yeah.
We ain't brought that one out in a while.
It's gonna be the noise of this Esau screaming, getting tortured in the background. You're gonna go into a brother's estate and all you're gonna hear is screaming Edomites getting tortured. Oh, hey, my bad, sluck it. You know, got my men back there working on my slaves. Just wait, Esau, just wait till you become a true victim.
Shalom.
And see, Esau wants to get rid of guys like that, man. That's why you have a thing called gentrification. Right, rural Israelite men. They're going to be on the up and coming, man, when it all goes down, right?
Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom. Verse 5, they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites.
The tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white people.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites, Arabs, the so-called Arabs, okay? You Palestinians, all right? You Saudi Arabia, keep going.
Moab.
Moabites, Chinese, keep going.
And the Harkians. Jabal and Ammon and Amalek.
That's everybody, man. Amalek, the so-called Jew. Ammon, the so-called Japanese. And that picture we brought up of Merkel and Trump, they got Ammon there. They got Shinzo Abe in there. Looking all tough. And he's a big player. Yeah, he is. He's in the scriptures, man. Ammon. Are you gonna play a role? That's why Mosai had Hiroshima and Nagasaki go down, man. You're a wicked ass nation. And then Ammon, you go to the red light district in Tokyo, it's dark as hell over there, man. You're straight up heathen.
And they worship phallic symbols.
Oh yeah, yeah. They got feces burgers. They got festivals that worship the phallus.
A lot of them commit suicide too.
Oh yeah, they got
Social pressures burnt on by the so-called white man.
Yeah, because Ammon, you know, he was a simple guy before the so-called white man came over, man. Keep up.
The Philistines is the inhabitants of Tyre.
And the Hamites, okay, you Canaanites, the Hamites, keep going.
Ashur also is joined with them. They have over the children of lust to lust.
Yep. Children of Lot, Moabites, Ammonites, keep going.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites, and to Sisera, and the Jabins, and the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as sons of the earth.
That's what's going to happen to all you nations that get together and plotted on taking us down. Alright, you never ever changed that spirit. You always kept that spirit. Here it is. The so-called white man, he's acting like, oh no, you just enslaved some random groups of people, man. Just indiscriminately enslaved some random people that were hanging out in mud huts, right? Right, Esau? No, man. You knew who you were dealing with, man. You knew the Ashanti people were Israelites, right? You know the men of West Africa, all right, were Israelites, living in high societies, living wealthy with great jewels, women, okay, cattle. And what you do? You took it all and destroyed that, and you're still over there in that land raising hell, extracting resources, being the devil above the people.
I got a quick precept real quick.
This is Lamentations 2. I go right to the point. It says in 16, all thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and they gnash their teeth.
Yeah, all thy enemies have opened their mouths against thee. That's why Fox News is covering us, man. Because they're speaking directly against Al China, alright? Before they would just hate, typical racist Edomite stuff, demonizing so-called blacks, Latinos, and Americans. But now they want to demonize the men of the Lord. Keep going. It's full circle. We've gone full circle now. We're at the end of this thing. Keep going.
If they say, we have swallowed her up, certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found it. We have seen it.
That's right. We have swallowed the front they have seen it, man.
Like you were saying, like, you just randomly grabbed up Jason. They knew they were grabbing up. They knew that we were the Israelites. They still have the history.
They were searching for us.
Right, so they concocted this plan. Psalm 83. What? To come confederate against us. To grab us up and put us in slavery. This is the day they but now Lamentation 4:21, that's all gone. Now look at Esau. Look at Esau straight totally defeated.
Can't lift up his head. He seems he got to put his head down. As he should.
And the very fact that we're out here in these cities that you established, so to speak, okay, preaching against the downfall of your society proves that you're on a precipitous decline. Okay? Because this shouldn't happen.
happen if you're in a power seat. Okay, you should have the lower class come up above the higher class. That's part of the curse. Strangers that supposed to come up very high. You know, now Esau's experiencing these curses. It says, all thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They have hissed and gnashed their teeth. They say, we have swallowed earth. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found it. And we have seen it.
That's right. And then, so they went to all our lands. When Columbus came to the island Hispaniola, he came to the island Hispaniola. He knew he was dealing with, man. He said, these are the Israelites. These are the lost tribes. And then when they came to mainland America, the other scholars said, these are the Israelites, man. These are the lost tribes.
They brought Hebrew interpreters with them too, so to go to show that they knew exactly who they was going encounter.
They actually had so-called black men conquistadors, Israelites.
Yep.
Moorishmen, okay? Black men that were
I don't remember.
that knew the Hebrew, and they were conquistadors with Spanish. Why? Why would they ever do that? And that's documented in your history. But we're hateful, we're full of shit. Devils, man. We have 100% truth. Every time we come out and speak, we show you people that you live a whole entire lie, man. America's a lie. Everything you see is a lie. Yeah, like this lake is a fake lake. That's a lie. The lake is a fucking lie, man. It's dirty as hell. It's disgusting. It's got foul birds in there. It smells like shit. And yet, Jogger Joe, Edomite throwing more trash in there, man. Well, we're hateful, man. Edomite's got some damn nerve. And where's the natural lakes? What happened to all the natural lakes? You dammed them up. What happened to all the natural rivers and streams? You polluted them. Right? You go to a natural river, a natural stream, all the fish are dead. You can't, there's signs, don't fish, don't die here. And if you do fish, so-called white man, you gotta get a license for him to fish. It's fucking devil, man. Got some nerves.
Thus saith the Lord, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
The slaughter, the Hebrew Israelites, so-called black people in the Native Americans. You are actually the slaughter of the slaughter. Why? You were slaughtered. Our boys, 2, 3, 4 generations ago, it was a genocide, man. It's still doing, it's still coming, it's still here. The amount of abortions our people have, the amount of slayings, shootings, people killing each other, cops killing us, the amount of us going out representing the military and dying in the war. We're actually feeding the flock of the slaughter. Keep going.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds feed them not. Zechariah 11:5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Yeah, they are possessors, so-called women. You admit to having us as slaves, do you not? And now your government, you have us sign a thing called a birth certificate. You have us do a thing called Social Security number, making us a possession to the U.S. government. You slay us. Not guilty. Nobody can put America on trial. The American government. And nobody in the American government goes down. All the presidents, Andrew Jackson, alright, Woodrow Wilson, all these devils, LBJ, so on and so forth. They put millions of Israelites to death. But they hold themselves not guilty. They do nothing wrong. They never went to trial. A lot of them died peacefully.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not
you're trying to figure out a new way to kill Israelites. You're a cop. You say it yourself. I need to get a body. I need to get a body. Why you talk like that? Because by the sword you shall live. That's your blessing. Right? And then always, you go down south where Esau is able to carry guns and weapons. He lets you know that. Hey, now, don't come around and have guns. I'm ready to kill you. That's the sword you shall live. But it's going to come to a time where the so-called white man in America, he's going to take away your guns. All right? He's going to take away everyday Edomite guns. He's going to institute an Harvard microchip. All right?
And for the Lord shall live, shall serve my brother. And it shall come to pass, thou shalt now meet him, shall break the yoke off thy neck. Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing.
Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. And that's exactly why you hate us. We have the blessing and you don't. All right? Go ahead and break down.
This is Amos chapter 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Going back to what? To the story in Genesis, when we get the brother bring that to that part, where he said, the days of the Lord and my father is at hand. 41 years. Continue on to that. So this is going back, if you grab Ezekiel, what, the 35th chapter? This is the same hatred that Esau always had in him. That's why when you take the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you wonder why Esau has, everyday Edomite has that certain hatred towards you. It's because it's in his spirit. It's an ancient hatred. Alright? You know? Even these regular two-time losing Edomites don't even know why they had that type of hatred towards the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. That's because it's spiritual, you know?
Genesis 27:41. Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing.
Yeah, because of the blessing. Alright? It's because he was rejected as the Heavenly Father. It tells you that in Hebrews 12 and 16. Alright? So ultimately it was all spiritual. Alright? The Lord was with Jacob getting the blessing because it was always meant for him. Alright? Go ahead, it was promised.
With his father's blessing, Esau said in his heart, days of mourning for my father at hand. Then you are slay my brother Jacob.
That's right. He always had that spirit, letting you know that way. This is instantly Cain. Alright? And what? Jacob being Abel. Alright? The same two spirits coming right back in incarnation, man. Alright? Playing out today is what? Jacob being the righteous, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Esau being so-called white people. Alright? That was it. That last part was
Days of mourning for my father at hand. Then you are slay my brother Jacob.
That's right, and Esau's been on a continual mission to slay the Israelites, alright? You know, to this very day, alright? Go ahead,
Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Yeah, and what brothers was going into, that was his blessing, alright? The sword. And he utilized that blessing to what? To conquer the world. And what? To ultimately what? To conquer the Lord's chosen people. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Alright? And ultimately what? Destroying us as a nation in some bugged out way in his mind of what? In his hopes of getting the birthright back, but you're not going to get it back, man. Alright? You know? It was never meant for you. Okay? Go ahead, on.
In the time that their iniquity had met.
Yeah, that's right. And because the Lord used you according to what? Psalm 17, the 17th chapter, man. Alright? But guess what? There was a time when you were supposed to what? To let us go. Give us back our heritage. Alright? But what? You poured in our affliction, man. Okay?
Because that's when Esau really came down hard after the so-called Emancipation Proclamation. You know, that's when he really put hell upon Jake.
That's right. That's right. You had no mercy upon our people. Alright? That's why what? You're going to get judgment without mercy yourself.
Right.
Alright?
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh power.
Yeah, the Lord lives forever.
That's right.
Alright? Go ahead, on.
I will prepare thee of your blood.
That's right. So the
thy rivers shall they fall and are slain with the sword.
That's right, that's right. All right? Because the Lord is preparing World War III, man. All right? Amongst civil war within inside your own country here in America, man. All right? So it's an all-out attack on you Edomites, man.
That's right.
On all scales. Okay? You got more than that?
Verse 9, I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh shall shine.
That's right. So this place is never going to be inhabited again. The Lord is going to completely destroy America. 200 million visitors. All right? He's going to completely consume this land. And it's never going to be inhabited again, man. All right? This place is going to be a memorial of what wickedness was. A memorial when the Israelites was held in captivity, man. A memorial of where the elect got delivered for this great destruction, man. This hellhole. All right? The hands of Esau, the wicked. Okay?
It'll be an example of what will happen to you if you come up against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right. That's right. An example of what not to do and not how to live, man. Not to govern a society. Okay?
These two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it. Whereas behold, Yahweh shall shine was there. Psalm 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, you to the people.
That's right. We're asking the Lord. We're crying out. We're telling the Lord to what? Remember the children of Edom. All his wickedness, all his transgressions. Every lifetime that he ever came here, man. All right? Going all the way back to the serpent in the garden, man. Go ahead, on.
Day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because you broke the brotherly covenant. You always did, man. All right? Cain and Abel, you slew your brother, and then you lied about it. You was the first murderer, the liar. All right? You showed nothing but hatred, man. But you got the nerve and try to act like the victim. Oh, I'm being hated. You know? And you devils have nothing but hatred in your heart, man. All right? Hatred towards the nation of Jacob, man.
Order of Babylon, Lord will be destroyed.
Yep, all right? Yeah, that's how you know that Babylon the greatest synonymous with what Esau's rulership, man. All right? I'm talking about here in America, all right?
Happy shall he be that supported thee, which thou hast served us.
That's right. You know, the Lord said you're going to get double from God, man. All right? It said give her double. All right? You got a hell of a condemnation to look forward to, these so-called white people. All right? And this is just the beginning. All right? With that new summit, all you're doing is opening up the floodgates of condemnation to you devils, man. And judgment. All right?
Happy shall he be that taking possession of that little one in the soul.
Yeah, happy shall we be, all right? And in fact, Revelation 13, all right? You know, this is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is what we have to look forward to, man. All right? Those who patiently wait on Yahweh Yahweh Shai and maintain their trust and their faith in the Heavenly Father, man. All right? Because you 2/3 are going to die. You 2/3, they're going to have their foot here in the race riots. That's not for us, man. We're spiritual men. We're going to watch the prophecies play out, all right? You know? We're just telling you what's to come before you devils, all right, in your society. Guaranteed? Guaranteed. 100% truth, man. All right?
Got that right here.
All right, cool.
There's Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, says the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, that's right. We're waiting upon the Heavenly Father. And by the prophecies and how things are looking, the wait is over, man. The Lord is making this move on you Edomites, all right? You know?
Until the day that I rise up to the fray.
Yeah, the Lord is rising up against you heathen nations, chiefly Esau, you Amalekites, all right? You rats. The Lord is rising up against the prey, all right? Go ahead.
For my determination is to give the nation, that I may establish the kingdom and pour upon them my indignation.
Yeah, that's the determination of the Heavenly Father. This is the will of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, man. Everything is going according to the will and the purpose of the Heavenly Father. Prophecy is being fulfilled on the right hand and on the left hand. about to judge all the heathen nations, man. Why? For what they have done to the Israelites, the Lord's chosen people. The brothers brought out Psalm 83rd chapter. Why? You was all in Confederate when coming up against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So you're not getting off God's free. None of you heathen nations, you're all going down. Starting with you so-called white people, you Edomites. All right? Like I say,
all we gotta do is we gotta do the work. We don't have to do anything. It says right here, therefore wait ye upon me, says Lord Yahweh. So we don't have to get guns or anything. We don't have to go to the land of Israel right now and get like a piece of it. Because, you know, we're waiting on Yahweh, but email shine.
That's right. That's right. Oh, yeah.
Weapons of our warfare are not carnal, you know. We already see this word instructing you down.
Sorry, yeah, bring it on out. Close out on that.
Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that readeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
That's right. And Esau had literally led the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans into captivity, all right? To hell with the rest of these heathen nations, man, all right? We're dealing with the Lord's chosen nation, okay? The Lord's chosen people, the Israelites, all right? So,
He that killeth the Lord must be killed.
and we went into that Esau's blessing with the sword. And he used that sword to what? To slay his brother Jacob, the Israelite, all right? To this very day. Well, guess what? Now you have to be killed with the sword. You have to be put into captivity. You have to serve 1,000 years of captivity under the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American men. All right? Women and child. All right? You got to go down. You saw? All right? Now it's your turn to be the niggas. All right? That's why the curses are befalling you. And you want right into slavery with those curses on your ass, man. You know? Oh, yeah.
Fear is the patience, faith is the faith.
Yeah, that's the patience and the faith. That's waiting, all right? That's maintaining the patience, all right, of the Savior, okay? So that's what it is, all right? We're going to go ahead and close out. We're going to march it through, all right? If we go down, you'll help me, all right? That's right. As your society goes down, man. Non-stop on your block. Cheese up. That's right. All right? So with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Let's start. Give it all praise.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
All right?